Good evening, baseball fans. This is your broadcaster speaking on behalf of SESN, bringing to you live from Seattle a pregame show of Game Day 27 of Season 27 of the HCBVL between the Chicago Breeze and the Seattle Sonics. The visiting Chicago Breeze are coming off just a one-game losing streak after being shut out 3-0 by the Milwaukee Honey Badgers at home. Their record is 17-9 on the season, and they're tied for second with Milwaukee after yesterday. In the season, the Breeze currently lead the regular season series against Seattle 2-0, and of course, with there only being 3 games in each series, will win the series. Chicago is looking to return to Seattle here to complete that season sweep, however, and fight tooth and nail for the flag with St. Louis and Milwaukee, while Seattle is looking to keep the fire alive. As for the Sonics, they come back home after playing a one-day road trip against the Baltimore Ospreys. New compensation pick Alex, in his first game of the season, hit a go-ahead home run in the 9th inning, which was possible thanks to the game-tying shot by Bvllinger. Combined, those two saved Velunaris' day in a close pitcher's duel. He went 8 innings and took the win, or shut the door with a 1-2-3-9 to preserve a big 2-1 victory. After another loss reversed because of an exploiter on Arizona, in addition to that win, Sonics' current record stands at 14-12. They are currently tied with Washington for the 5th seed in the postseason. Seattle has won their last 3 games out of 4 and is looking to win more with an upset here against the Chicago Breeze. Before we go further, let's look at yesterday's Lions score. Fortunately, couldn't make the game, but I have it here. Alex and Bvllinger were the heroes. Let's start off with Alex. He went 1 for 4 on the day, and that one big hit, that go-ahead home run in the 9th. Aura, middle of the lineup bat, 0 for 4, 2 strikeouts. Gabriel plays bottom of the lineup bat, 1 for 4, just a lone base hit. And June, traditionally a leadoff man, 2 for 5 with a strikeout. Velunaris, who's one of those 2 sluggers, and traditionally again, I might add, 2 for 4 with 2 strikeouts. Bvllinger, 1 for 3, solo home run and a walk. He also struck out once. Full squad, also towards the ball in the lineup, 1 for 4, 3 strikeouts. And X5 in that reliable batsman, middle of the lineup man, 1 for 4 on the day with a strikeout. Velunaris' specific pitching lineup, 8 innings, gave up 3 hits, 1 run. It was a solo shot, struck out 8 and walked 1. Or who got the save, went 1 inning, did not give up a hit, a strikeout, or a walk. So, moving on, not much over the wire yet, with the trade deadline about to close in HCBBL, but one big one, AJ is a beast, traded for the 2nd time this season, originally from San Diego to San Francisco, now to Milwaukee. I might remind you, ladies and gentlemen, that during that game against San Francisco on Sunday Night Baseball, he was talking his head off about how San Francisco had, quote, won the trade. That trade referencing Talks, Flamedrius, Notre Dame Nerd, and I'm forgetting the 4th name. But basically 2 lineup men and 2 bench players, Gregsy, knows Gregsy, to San Francisco in return for Aura and June. Now, June, in his first game, was intentionally walked 5 times and not bat. Had a couple bad days when he actually was allowed to swing away, I should say. Came back yesterday, good 2 for 5 day. Aura, not as strong at the plate. June came into Seattle batting over 500. Aura about 230, I believe. But it's really that pitching that they needed from the new Sonic, and he's been delivering. He had a great game his first time out. He's won a game in relief. He's gotten a save here, and he'll look to continue that forward. Now, around the professional leagues, I should say, in the English Football League Cup semifinal, Manchester City 3, Newcastle 1. Manchester City won semifinal on aggregate 5-1. They would play Arsenal in the Cup final. It was a double for Marmouche, and the 3rd goal added on by Reinders in the first half, with Anthony Alenga providing consolation in the second half to preserve some honor for the Geordies. NFL Pro Bowl, not that anyone cares about it, I don't care about it, but it did happen yesterday, I believe. NFC 66, AFC 52, flag football or touch football, I don't even know anymore, it's just a joke. But in the NBA, it's really big news. Anthony Davis was traded from Dallas to Washington. He'll be paired with Trae Young now. So basically, if you really think about it, the Dallas Mavericks traded Luka for a lot of draft picks and a lot of prospects in the end, with Anthony Davis not really featuring the Mavericks, of course, due to injury. James Harden, the old veteran, sure, no doubt a Hall of Famer, traded from the Los Angeles Clippers to Cleveland for fellow All-Pro, All-Star Darius Garland. Now, Garland's a bit younger, he is a bit more injury-prone, but perhaps Cleveland pairing up with Mitchell. We'll see how that goes. Chris Paul, who was quote-unquote retired, he was asked to leave the team in reference to the Clippers. He was traded to Toronto. The Raptors have not asked him to report, so it remains to see if they'll ship him somewhere else or if he actually will become a Raptor. And Lonzo Ball was traded from Cleveland to the Utah Jazz. Pair him up with, what's his face? Name escapes me now, but you know him well, man from Memphis. And with that trade, by the way, that Grizzlies trade, that just leaves Ja Morant. And I believe he will be probably heading to Miami before the trade deadline. Lastly, Jaron McCain to Oklahoma City from Philadelphia for draft picks. And actual scores in the NBA. It's just 2 games right now, couple set to tip off soon. Denver Nuggets 36, New York Knicks 37. Knicks had a bad January, it would seem, but after losing to the Mavericks, they turned the burners on, finished off with a big victory against the Lakers, thromped the Wizards, thromped the Trailblazers. And Minnesota 23, Toronto Raptors 24 is the other score. That game in the first quarter, Knicks game in the second quarter at Madison Square Garden. Celtics and Rockets set to play in Houston at 7, as is Pelicans Bucks. Thunder and Spurs at 8:30. That's the national game on ESPN. Grizzlies Kings at 9 o'clock. And Cavaliers Clippers at 9:30. Those are all Central Time, by the way, because I am in Texas. Now for actual scoreboard watching in terms of HEBBL, the 8 o'clock games Eastern to kick off with us are San Francisco at the Chicago Ravens and Baltimore at St. Louis. And 9 o'clock, Philadelphia at Arizona, Washington at Milwaukee, Iowa at Portland. Now, in my opinion, just based off the standings as it stands, San Francisco and the Ravens, the Sonics were for the Ravens to win. Ravens pretty far out of contention, not really challenging Seattle's place. San Francisco right behind them, just overtook them and got extra buoyed by that overturned victory for the Sonics. Baltimore and St. Louis, Baltimore in last place, gave a really good ride against the Sonics, but if they beat St. Louis, that would be a help as much as it can. And the 9 o'clock games, if Arizona, now out of playoff contention after being in 2nd and 4th and 5th for so long, are out. I believe they're 8th. If they beat Philadelphia, that would be help for the Sonics, try to catch up, get into the top 4. Washington and Milwaukee, though, don't forget, Sonics are tied for 5th with Washington, so Milwaukee victory would be appreciated. And Iowa, Portland, 2nd to last, I believe. Iowa, malingering. So it's not really an important game, but might as well Portland win. Keep another team off the Sonics' tail. Well, of course, all of this only matters if the Sonics win tonight. We'll have first pitch, Chicago Breeze, and the Seattle Sonics with you shortly. Please stand by. Well, fans, we're back here in Seattle, waiting the first pitch. And I have some news over the wire as the standings have been officially updated. At the flagpole is St. Louis, 18-8. Chicago, Milwaukee tied for second, 17-9. Chicago holds the tiebreaker. Philadelphia at third, 16-10. At fourth. Washington and Seattle tied for fifth, 14-12. Washington holds the tiebreaker. San Francisco 7th, 12-4. Arizona, Iowa tied for 8th, 11-15. Arizona holds the tiebreaker. Portland 10-16, 10th position. Chicago Ravens 9-17, 11th position, and at the bottom in the cellar, Baltimore Ospreys 7-19. So as you see, players are about to take the field here. And I have some other news over the wire. If St. Louis, as J6Bet steps to bat for the Breeze here, the game's about to be underway. As St. Louis, if they win, same thing with Chicago, same thing with Milwaukee. If those three teams, each separately, win, or Iowa and Arizona lose, all three will clinch a playoff spot. So, assuming all three of them lose, Iowa and Arizona lose, they would all be in the postseason. Or if all three of them win tonight. So, as you see, it's getting down to the wire. That's 3 playoff spots that can be taken. Or Furious, aforementioned pitcher, to take the mound for the Sonics. And you see his stats on the year. Most of that with San Francisco. It was 2-2 there. 1-1 with San Francisco. First pitch is in there for a ball outside. This game is underway. So, as I mentioned in the pregame, as that's in there for a called strike on the outside edge. Chicago Breeze are 2-0 against Sonics this year, as that's in there for a called strike 2, 1-2 the count. That ball clipped the high and inside corner, as you saw. Good pitch by Aura, and here comes a 1-2. And the low and in. As I was saying, Seattle just looking to not get swept here. Take over Washington for the tiebreaker. If they can, as that is laced up the middle and caught on a way. Orbital Season steps to the plate. Chicago captain, I believe. And he's definitely a dangerous hitter, to say the least. His stats speak for himself. Last time we saw him, in spring training, I believe, actually it was. Last time I was on there, he tore the cover off the ball. Or Furious probably conferring with Captain Velunaris, see what's happening. They're going to pitch to him. Might as well. First out. Top of the first. Here's the pitch. That is hit. Out to right field. Oh my goodness, it's gone. Home run for Chicago. That makes the score 1-0 in a flash. So a home run for them. And, well, not what you were looking for. Here comes Joshua T. So perhaps they won't be pitching to him. That was first pitch and gone. A bit unfortunate, to say the least. Here's a pitch. That is laced to right center. Splits the outfielders. Rounding first and heading to second now. And the throw is not going to be in time. Of course, stand-up double for Joshua T. Chicago threatening here. Here is Ninja. Dancing around. Steps to the box now. And on scoring position. Here's the pitch. Inside, ball 1. So I almost misspelled Ninja really badly. Forgot an N. 1-1 the count. One's down the board. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out, 1 on. 1-0 Chicago. 2-1. High. Oh, that's a bad angle. I need to fix that one. Here's a 2-1. Outside, but in the zone. Strike 2, in my opinion. I look just a bit outside, but must have clipped the edge there. Well, here's a 2-2. Right down the heart of the plate for strike 3. He rung him up. So Aura gives up a home run, gives up a double, gets right back, and here's Yam with the Yag. I believe he was just traded recently. I forget which team he was playing for. But he was indeed traded. Right, he was traded from the Chicago Ravens. Well, here's a pitch, as it's high. Ball 1. That is rifled down the left field line. That ball is fair and gone for a home run. And Chicago now lead to 3-0 on 3 hits here. Top of the first. Well, once again, not what they were looking for. Oh, it didn't save. There we go. Well, here is Angel Martinez, was also in that Chicago Ravens trade. Of course, referencing one of the greatest umpires in Major League history. If you're talking about blind ones, that is. First, oh, Doctor, he's belted that one, and the score is 4-0. Well, call it home run derby. Chicago with another run here. It's certainly not looking good for Aura. Here's Boberto. Here's the first pitch. High, ball 1. Well, Seattle's going to hope that they can get some runs back here. It's in there for a strike from the low part of the plate. You know, just not what you want to see. Top of the first inning. That ball is hit shallow by the pitcher's mound. Third base is up with it. And the throw is not in time. Infield single. So up steps Drum now. And here's the pitch. In there for a strike. Couldn't pull the trigger. That one looked about ready to meet their maker, in terms of the baseball, that is. That is hit down the third base line, scooped up. The throw to first is in time for strike for out number 3. So, J6 Fed, line center, orbital season homers, Joshua T doubles, Dinja strikes out looking, Yam of the Yag, 2-run home run, Angel Martinez homers, Bvllinger singles, Drum grounds third to first. 4 runs on 5 hits, no errors, and 1 left. And the score after the top of the first is Chicago 4 and Seattle nothing. So J6 Fad, the leadoff man, will take his turn here at the rubber, pitching to Koala, who I believe is Dookie Pirate, if I'm not too mistaken. Either way, down Broadway for strike 1. Or it might be June. It's June, I think. June traded from San Francisco to the Sonics was above 500 when he got here, is at 470 now. 1-1. Didn't pull around on the ball outside. So you can expect Bvllinger and Velunaris toward the top here, as is typical. Here's a pitch down the heart of the plate. Evens the count at 2 apiece. And now the 2-2. Oh, painted on the corner for strike 3. June didn't like that call. Up steps Bvllinger. Well, here's the man who wanted to be traded to Arizona, but with the recent upswing in the Seattle standings and the Arizona downswing, it's no surprise he wants to stay. Either way, Seattle more than happy to keep him. 1-0 the count in Bvllinger. Arizona and Seattle could never truly work out a trade. Arizona was always lowballing the Sonics for Bvllinger. Bvllinger, before the recent acquisitions, was the leading RBI man on the team anyways, as that's grounded weakly to first for the second out. Up steps Captain Velunaris. Mixed bag of the season. Still been solid all the way. That's over the plate for strike 1. Hook that was looking to leave the zone. So it's no surprise he didn't swing just so early in the count. 0-1 now from J6 bed. Jared, I guess. Evens it at 1-1 inside. That is foul down the first base line, and we'll do it again. 1-2 the count. Sonics give up 4 runs on 5 hits top of the first, looking to go 1-2-3 in the bottom half. Well, here's the pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 3, and down goes Velunaris. So, no runs, no hits, no errors, and none left on for the Sonics in the top half and the bottom half of the first. So here steps up the 9-man. Here's Kenny. It's the top of the second. No score for the Sonics. Down 4-0 already. While we wait for the pitcher to take the mound, let's stand by. Here we are now. Swing and a miss for strike 1 on the 9-man. And that is hit up the middle, straight to the center fielder. It makes the catch. Man in center field is Jerko, by the way. I give you the full lineup from outfield to infield, but I don't recognize a second baseman off the top of my head. But outfield left to right is June, left field, as that's hit up the middle for a clean single. First Chicago base hit, first for Jared. It's Orbital. Stay in this. Center field Jerko. Right field is full squad, as season Orbital will be intentionally passed. Put runners at first and second for Joshua. Well, infield left to right, Echo Velunaris. I'm not actually sure who that is in the gorilla, and I'm not sure who's at first either, as that is hit in the air behind first base. Catch is made. The throw goes to third of all the runners. And catching Bvllinger and pitching is Aura. So up steps Ninja. Gets a pop out to first. Aura looking to bear down here, top half of the second. That is hit up the middle. It's going to fall between second and center field. It'll fill the bases. Station to station they go. So, with 2 outs now, up steps Yam of the Yag, who had a 2-run home run his last time up. And now he's looking for the big one, the big grand slam here. Here's the pitch. Ball outside. So it's Ninja at first. And Orbital at second. And Jared at third. 1-1 the count now. Didn't go around, ball in the dirt. Aura's ERA is almost up to 4 now after that calamitous first inning. Here's a 2-1. Down the heart of the plate. That is lifted out to short, and a diving catch is made by Velunaris to save 2 Chicago runs. So, on the second we go. Kenny lines to center. Jared singles. Orbital sees intentionally pass. Joshua pops to first. Ninja singles. Yam of the Yak flies to short. No runs. 2 hits. No errors. And 3 left on base. Score after 1.5 remains Chicago 4 and Seattle nothing. So up steps Echo batting cleanup. And he's playing third base today. So J6 bed ready. Over the head wind up. Hook comes in. And that is hit high in the air. And that falls for a Texas leaguer. Seattle with their first base runner today. And up steps Alex. That's why I didn't recognize him. Never seen him play. So runner on first base. First time today for the Sonics. There goes the no-hitter in the perfect game. Down the heart of the plate and Alex late to it. Alex is playing second base today. And here's the windup from the left-hander. And it's away, 1-1. Pickoff as the first baseman runs into the abyss. Echo gets back, I suppose. I really don't know what's happening over there. Back pick by the catcher to no avail. Well, either way, here's the pitch. 1-1 is down the heart of the plate, and Alex cannot catch up to it. So now 1-2, and Jared looking to squash his rally before he can get started. Here's the pitch. It's fouled. He had to reach out for that one, and it's not going to be caught by the first baseman. So, dancing around like wet hens there. Here's the pitch. It is fouled. He swinging contact. That ball way inside. Do it again. So here's the 1-2 now. Right down the plate. Strike 3. Had him frozen. Up steps full squad. Today's right fielder. And my oh my, since he's been called up and actually appearing in game, he's been brilliant. You see his stats. He's had big home runs, big clutch hits, and big rally starters all the way since he's been on the lineup. So 1 on and 1 out for the new rookie sensation. Jared is thinking a long time out there. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Took a while for the first pitch, but we're lucky to see it. High and in, and got him locked up there. The 0-1 now. Ball outside. So 1's down the board. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 on. And Seattle trailing 4-0. Bottom half of the second. Swing and a miss at a ball in the dirt. Strike 2. Here comes the 1-2. Hit up the middle. That is not going to fall. Second out of the inning. Ninja with the catch out there in center. Up steps Gabriel plays. New avatar for Gabriel. Playing first base today. So 8 and 9, Jerko and swing and a miss inside the ball inside. Jerko and I'm thinking, who have I not seen? Aura. Jerko and Aura. Yet to bat. I imagine Aura's the 9th batter. That is hit way foul. Third base and a diving catch made in foul territory. So that ends the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and none left. And the score after 2 full innings remains Chicago 4 and Seattle nothing. So the top of the third we go. It's Angel Martinez, Bvllinger, and Drum. Martinez stepping in now. Melonru, Iowa captain. Hit down the left field line and above the third baseman, Echo. And June is up with it to hold it to a long single. So Chicago are really banging around. Here's Andrew Zippo making his first appearance today. So leadoff single for Angel Martinez. So Zippo comes in the game for Bvllinger. Went 0 for 1 with a single. 1 for 1 with a single. Coming in here in the third inning. 1-0 on Zippo. And here's the pitch. That is hit sharply to first base. First to short to first, double play. How about that? 3-6-3 double play. And it brings up Drum. Made the last out of the first inning, grounding third to first last time up. So left-handed bat now. Rally killing double play there. Here's the pitch. Ball 1, outside. Chicago Breeze. Been first most of the season. As that is hit. Pop straight up to the first baseman. That will end it here in the bottom of the third. So Aura steps to the plate. There was no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and none left. Score after 2.5 is still Chicago 4, Seattle nothing. So Aura have been a little better ever since that first inning against the Breeze. So yeah, not the best at the bat right now. 192 came into Chicagoland. Seattle land. 225, I believe, as teams are leaving the field. I believe that's Orbital there at second base. I have no idea where Drum is going, but I believe he is the third baseman. Must be Yam of the Yeg. That's Angel Martinez. Oh my goodness, I didn't even see that happen. That's a foul ball. Angel Martinez out and left. Looking for Andrew Zippo. Out and right. Okay. Andrew Zippo out and right. Ball inside. Catching La. So it must have been another change in the lineup. Yam of the Yeg must be at third. Here's the 1-1. 2-1 outside on the pitcher. Looking to help his cause get back in it. It's the bottom of the third. No score. Chicago does not have one hit. That is a mistake. 2-2, even count. I have 8. So the 2-2 now on the way from Jared. Takes an awfully long time to wind. Here it comes. I just hit it out to right field. Right fielder right there to make the catch. That's Andrew Zippo. Gets the ball in. So here's Jerko. Not much from him. Had a big single in that big 8-run rally against the Reapers, now Portland, to win that game. Well, that was his first hit of the season. Overall, hasn't been that productive. Here's the 0-1. Whiffed at that one, strike 2. So on deck is June, struck out looking first time up. Was frozen by a curve. That ball's high. There's the 1-2. Swung on and missed. Way out in front of that for strike 3. 2 outs in here in the bottom of the third, and here comes June again. Frozen on a 2-2 pitch. Here it comes. Southpaw delivers. High. Ball 1. And I almost thought that was a strike. Very good pitch to be very fair. So here's the 1-0. That one's in the dirt. Not as competitive. Ball 2. Trying to get him on the speed change. A little bit of a trap door. Quick pitch now. Down and rifle to third base side. Base hit for June. Really tried to get him there on the quick pitch. Second hit of the day for the Sonics. 2-out single for June. And up steps Bvllinger, and he's a real power threat. That's what this Sonics team needs. So, and on first. Our only second time today. That's June. And at the bat, Bvllinger. Jared looking to settle down here, get out of the inning quick. Again. 1-2-3 in the first. As that is hit to the first baseman. Late to respond to it. Orbital cannot get to it. Rounding and heading to third was June. I think he would have had it. Now he's going to get picked off at second. Ugh. Caught in 2 minds. That's on June. If I have to be honest, ladies and gentlemen, he would have had it at third. He would have beat the throw. Well, single and 9-5-6 the putout. That ends the inning. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left. So, at the end of 3, score still Chicago 4 and Seattle 4. Top of the 4th we are. Puerto Rican now catching. I don't know who he's entered for, so wait a second. Full squad there. Gabriel. Didn't enter for Bvllinger, did he? Entered for Jerko. 2-1 on Love, batting in the 9th position. for Kenny. And he is catching. Two and two now. Here's the pitch. Hit up the box, bounces kindly to the second baseman. The throw is in time for the first out. An assist to the pitcher's mound there. Up steps Jared. Stranded on third, last time up in the second. Line to center to open the game. Here's the pitch. 1-0. All outside. So, Puerto Rican, sorry. As that is hit foul, first base side, and Gabriel makes the play. And we can't see anything. So up steps Orbital, and they're sure to walk him this time. Puerto Rican finally sits down. Yeah, there we go. Potentially walked here. Up steps Kurz, batting for Joshua. So... What? Okay. You're not going to question it. I think there was a bit of a bug. Weather for Kenny, he went 0 for 1. 1-0 on Joshua. Sorry, I'm just figuring out. Who moved to center field again? It was Bvllinger. 2-8. Here's the 1-0. Down there on the corner for a strike. So... Orbital standing at first base. And the 1-1 to Joshua on the way from Aura. There's the pitch. Ball inside. And 2-1. Sinker ball. Hit to left center. Fell. Shortstop was playing awfully deep, Velunaris that is, and couldn't make the play. So now, first... and second, and 2 outs. Chance for Ninja here. We'll stay on the camera. Realizing I don't like anchor and follow, I switch camera angles anyways. So here's Ninja. Single last time up in the second, and struck out looking in the first. Orbital now at second base. Here. Let's get a second base camera. See that one that's in there, and the count is 1-1. First. Here's a pitch. It's in there. Strike 2. So I'm finished finagling with the cameras now. Here. So, Joshua at first base. That's ball 2. And Orbital at second. And here's a 2-2. Fouled. First base side. And I swore I turned off anchor and follow. Two's down the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. Top of the fourth. And Breeze leading 4-0. Here's the pitch. Inside. Ball 3 and the count is full. Big pitch to Ninja here with Yam coming up. Hit a 2-run home run in the first. Hit out to right field. It falls. Full squad is up with it. They get the throw in. Orbital will have to head back. Bit of a rundown. Oh, they should have got him at first. And they didn't get him at second. Oh, dear, oh my. They went to second right away. Aura, that is. I think they would have had him. But instead, it's a single. And the bases are juiced now for Yam the Yegg, who popped to short, almost fell in there to end the second inning. So 10 hits already for the Breeze here. Seattle just a meager 3. There's the pitch. 1-0. High. Or I really got to bear down here now. A hit will score 2, if not 3. A home run, of course, will drive them all in. knock on wood that he doesn't. Here's the 1-0. That clips the corner. Strike one. Check down to third. Orbital not in motion. So here's the 1-1. Right down Broadway. Strike two, and he couldn't pull the trigger. He wasn't expecting that one, that's for sure. Yam calls time, wipes his glasses, and steps back in. Here's the pitch. Scoops it. The second, and it's caught to end the inning. So, no runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 3 left. And the score, after 3.5, remains Chicago 4 and Seattle nothing. Upset Captain Velunaris. Would have batted with 2 on and 2 out, but soon caught in 2 minds and gunned out at second base. Trying to head back. So here's Arid. Three, 5, 10, yes. Okay. Bit of a defensive arrangement around here. Got a new man at second. New man at first. Same outfield arrangement. No, Love moves out to left. Orbital behind the plate. Strike one to Velunaris. It's Yam out there. Strike two. Sorry. Just wanted to figure out the defensive arrangement, but it's kind of hard when I'm not following the breeze. 0-2 on Velunaris. Pops it straight up. Pitcher comes down with it to make the play, open the ball in the 4th inning. So up steps Echo. It'll be Echo, Alex Zorius, full squad. 0-1. That's the ex-Sonic Happy. Now with Portland behind the plate. Rumors are he's going to be traded yet again. But here's the 0-1. Outside, ball 1. And the 1-1 is in there for a called second strike. And that is hit on a rope, right field. Right fielder can't get to it, and Echo rounds first and will head back now. So a long single for Echo with 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. So 4th hit of the day. Seattle still trailing 4-0. Alex Zorius, last time up, struck out looking in the 2nd inning. Here's the pitch. Oh, that was a real fast one. It's like the opposite of an elevator. So here's the 1-0. In there on the corner for a strike. Oh, I was muted. Another chance for a rally here. And here's full squad. As you saw, they beat the shift. I don't know what's wrong with my microphone. When I don't want it to unmute, like when it doesn't matter, it's fine. But when I need it in a jam, and I always need to double press it, and I never know when. And therefore strike. Didn't even hear the noise. Interesting. Well, it's not like I disconnected from the game. There's the pitch. Hit to shallow left center field. Catch is made and 2 are down. Up steps Gabriel plays now. Line to center last time up. Ball. Just missed the corner there. Gonna expect a slow one, perhaps also a ball out of the zone. In the dirt, most likely. Here's the pitch. Oh, that was right down the plate. And Gabriel missed his pitch as Yam is going to get there to make the play. No runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left. Score after 4 full remains Chicago 4, Seattle 5, Seattle nothing. Top of the 5th we go. Angel Martinez steps in. Single and a home run. On deck, Andrew Zippo grounded double play in his first at-bat, pinch hitting, and then drum, assuming they haven't been replaced. While Martinez takes the first pitch for a ball. One-zero is hit out to right field. That is off the wall, base hit. Rounding first and heading to second. And now he comes back. So leadoff single for Martinez, and up steps Andrew Zippo, aforementioned ground into double play. Well, here's the pitch. Fouled, first base side, and we'll do it again. Oh, 1. Low and away. Ball 1. 1 on, and a 1-1 count here. Top of the 5th and none away. Breeze leading 4-0. Here's the pitch. Ball, and that looked like a good one. Almost swore that was a strike, but my eyes deceived me. That ball was high. That one was in there. 4 strike 2 evens the count. So, Angel Martinez at first base. And no one else on. Here's the 2-2. Ball inside. That one not as competitive. 3-2 is on its way. Right down Broadway, strike 3, he got him. So up steps Drum, 0 for 2 today. Popped to first in the 3rd, ended that inning, and grounded third to first to end the 1st. All the damage done so far in that 1st inning by Chicago. Home run by Orbital with 1 out and nobody on. 2-run home run by Yam as Drum got his base hit there. Falls between the infielders. Station to station they go. Up steps Law. Grounded second to first his last time up. But as I was saying, 2-run home run by Yam, 2 on, and a 2 out and 1 on, of course. And then a back-to-back home run hit by Angel Martinez. So here's the 0-1. And the pitch. Inside. Evens the count. 1's down the board. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, and 2 on. So here's the pitch. Strike 2. Didn't pull the trigger on that. Low, ball 2. That is foul to the third base side. And we'll do it again. That is hit up the middle. Right to the second base. It falls for a base hit. Oh, they're going to get him. There's no way. Yeah, he done for. What the heck? Four, 6, 5, double play. Very interesting, say the least. No runs. 1 hit. 2 hits. No errors and none left. So to the bottom of the fifth we go after that interesting inning. Heads up play by Alex. Let that ball fall. Surprised me, to say the least. So Orr takes that ball inside, had a long at bat, flew to right field to open up the third. So bottom of the fifth we are. Alex made that. It was Alex to Velunaris. That ball is hit up the middle and will be a line out. Open the fifth. So here's Puerto Rican batting for the fifth time. Came in to the fourth inning as a defensive replacement. Batting clean 250 ex-IPUer. Here's the pitch. Watches a ball. Slow one that I, again, would have pulled the trigger at. I don't have as good plate discipline as these guys, let me tell you. Makes sense, I'm not the one playing. Well, either way. Southpaw is ready with the 1-0, and here it comes. Oh, mistimed that one. 1-1. On deck is June. Singled and was caught stretching on Bvllinger's hit to end the inning. In the third, apologies. Here's the pitch. Right down the plate. That is hit on to the center fielder's glove for the second out. So Puerto Rican gave it a ride, but just missed it. As up steps June here now. Left-handed batter. 1 for 2 today with that single. Struck out looking to open the Seattle register in the first. Here's the pitch. Inside, ball 1. So Seattle in danger of having their second 1-2-3 inning of the day. They've gone 3 batters, 4 batters, 4 batters, 5 batters, and now looking at 3 batters with 2 outs here in the bottom of the fifth. 2-0 the count on June now. And now it's 2-1. Well, here's the pitch. Strike 2 on the bottom part of the plate. That is hit left field. That's going to fall for a 2-out single for June. So, 5th hit of the day for Chicago. 6th hit, apologies. But they've all been scattered. Nothing to show for it. And here comes Bvllinger. And boy, oh boy, can he give it a ride. When he gets a hold of one, he sends it a long ways. That's to say the least. Strike 1. And the 0-1 is inside for ball 1. So here comes the 1-1. Ball high. 2-1. And that is hit over the head of the first baseman. It will fall. Right fielder not paying attention. Rounding second and heading to third is June. June is rounding third, and he's coming back. Bvllinger stays at second with a double, courtesy of an AFK right fielder. So runners at second and third for Velunaris now. And we'll stay on this camera. Big runners in scoring position on for the Sonics. So Bvllinger at second. And June at third. I'm going to fix this camera. 1-0 on Velunaris. Velunaris 0 for 2 today. Struck out swinging to end the first. And flew to left to open the fourth. Lays out for that one. Lines to the first baseman to end the inning. Well, well, well. No runs on 2 hits. No errors, and 2 left. Jared pitching brilliantly. And coming to bat now in the top of the 6th. So this has been a quick one as of now. Sonics need to do something. They're just not getting that last hit in. 1 and 3 is Jared, as that's outside. Ball 1. Singled in the 2nd, straight in at 3rd. Grounded to 1st, last time up in the 4th, and line to center in the 1st. On deck orbital season, home run in the 1st as Jared pops that one up. Gabriel's there. Aura is there. Aura makes the play for the 1st out. Well, either way, intentionally walked twice is orbital. Will he be intentionally walked again? Yes, sir. So, one man is on here in the top of the 6th with 1 out. And it is Kurz that will be batting. So Joshua ends the day 1 for 3. 2 for 3, apologies. With a single and a double and a run scored. 1-0 the count on Kurz. Here comes the pitch. That ball is low and in. Score in New York, approaching the end of the 3rd quarter. Jalen Brunson has just put the Knicks up 88-80 as that ball is hit out to right center. The right fielder makes the catch, ranging brilliantly. Up steps Ninja now. Bvllinger, please sit down. And he does. Well, either way. Here comes the pitch, and that's inside. One 0 now. Low and in. Ball 2. That is hit to shortstop. Short. Long throw to 1st. Bad throw by Velunaris. No. Not a good throw. So here is Devi batting for Yam. Here in the 6th inning. We're going to stand by just 1 second to see if that was an error, and it was not. Fouled, 3rd base side. 13 hits for the Breeze. In my opinion, that'd be an error. That's an errant throw. But it's not in HGBB standards, and that's what matters. 0-1 after that foul. 2 on, 2 out here. 4-0 Chicago. Devi hits that one to Velunaris, who will take it himself to end the inning. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left. To the bottom of the 6th we go, and the score still Chicago 4 and Seattle nothing. It'll be Echo, Alex, full squad. 4, 5, 6 in the lineup. Gabriel plays would follow after that, assuming at least one man gets on. Jared's been pitching brilliantly and really not letting up much. They left runners at 2nd and 3rd. Velunaris did last time in the bottom of the 5th. Looking for better prospects here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Being out hit by 6, but more importantly, outscored by 4. 1-0 from Echo. Our 2 Echo is on its way. That is fouled down the 3rd base side, and we'll do it again. Echo is 2 for 2 today with 2 clean singles. Left stranded at 1st and the 2nd, left stranded at 2nd and the 4th. So the 2-2 again. The 1-1, and he hits that. And that's another single. To the left fielder, 3rd baseman did not react at all. So leadoff man is aboard for the first time in the ball game for Seattle. So up steps Alex Zoris now. Zorius. 8th Seattle hit. No Seattle runs. In there for a strike. He couldn't open his eyes to that one. Here's the 0-1. Grounded to 1st. Out. 3-6-3 double play. almost thought, because he held the ball too long, he was going to first, that he wasn't going to get the out at second, but then they got the out at second, and then they got the out at first, so a bit unlucky there. Here's full squad now with the bases empty. Here's the pitch. Waved at that one, strike one. On deck, Gabriel plays Aura in the hole. Aura will see if he comes out to the mound to open the top of the 7th. That is lifted out there by full squad. It will fall in front of the right fielder. So 2-out single. Oh, and 1 the count now. On Gabriel plays. As I said, would come up to bat if one man got on, and technically 2 did, but it was erased by the double play. Here's the 0-1. 1-1. Ball is low. One is hit. Left center. That is gonna fall between the outfielders. Station to station they go, so the ball in the lineup. Getting on the board, and here is Aura. And it really could use a hit here. 0 for 2. Out in right field, out in center field. That was the last time up. So either way. Here comes the pitch. 1-0 the count. He hits that down the line. That is going to hopefully drive someone in. Well, the right fielder was up with it quick. Rounding third and heading home to full squad. Mad dash. Slide. Kelly slide. He's safe. How about that? Well, long run by full squad from second to home with 2 outs. Risky and paid off. So Puerto Rican comes up now. Seattle gets rid of their goose egg. 4 hits in this inning. Brings the Seattle tally, as that's a 1-0 pitch. Up to 11. Now, being out hit by Chicago by only 2, but outscored by 3. 1-0 the count. Or at second base. At first base, apologies. And Gabriel at second. 1-1 now in Puerto Rican after that strike. Line to center. After coming on as defensive replacement in the 4th, that bat was in the 5th. He hits that one up the middle, not far enough. Pop to second base to end the inning. 1 run on 4 hits, no errors, and 2 left. So at the end of 6 innings, your score here in Seattle at the stretch: Chicago 4 runs on 13 hits, no errors. They left 8 on. Chicago 1 run on 11 hits and no errors. They left 7 on. So a bit of wasteful bats by the Breeze after that 4-run first inning. Nothing since. A lot of hits and nothing to show for it. Angel Martinez will bat first in the inning. Aura is back on the mound, looking to go at least 7 innings here. So, I think Velunaris went behind the plate. He's going to go. Nope, there's Gabriel plays, being shipped out to third base. Echo moves to short. Let me reflect that in my score. Echo moves to short. Gabriel Puerto Rican moves to third. Aura still on the mound. Bvllinger still in center. June still in left. Both squads still in right. Gabriel still at first. And Alex still at second. So here's the pitch to Angel Martinez. 0-1, hit the corner. Aura's been pretty good shape, despite that long first inning. Semi-long second inning that he got out of with no damage. But So he'll still hurl until his arm falls off, I suppose. That is high, ball 1. Angel Martinez is 3 for 3 today. 2 singles and a home run. It's 94 New York, and 87 Denver, by the way, in case you didn't realize by now. I'm a Knicks fan. That is hit out in the air. Right field. And full squad is there to make the catch. There is 1 down. So here's Andrew Zippo. Come on, Velunaris, sit down. Oh, what the heck? Puerto Rican is back there. Fouled, third base side. Puerto Rican, sit down. Andrew Zippo is 0 for 2 today, grounded to double play in the third, and struck out swinging in the 5th. Count is even at 1-1. Well, oh, Jesus Christ, Mikal Bridges, 29 minutes and 2 points, as that is hit up the middle and lined to the second baseman for the second out. Andrew Shamet, 8 points. Mitchell Robinson has 10 points. He's 5 for 5. That is the first time that I've seen that happen. Tyler Kolek is not done much. Clarkson's in there. He is replacing Hart in the lineup. Hart must be out injured. Well, 0-1 on drum. Ball 1 inside. Other scores across the National Basketball Association. Timberwolves 88, Raptors 99, approaching the end of the third quarter. That's a surprise. Celtics 49 and Rockets 42 at halftime. 2-1 the count as that ball was low and away. Pelicans 70, Bucks 63. Bucks in free fall, perhaps trading Giannis Antetokounmpo. That's halftime as well. Other games yet to start as that ball is hit up the middle and is going to be caught by the center fielder for the final out of the inning, and zeros across the board for Chicago. Thunder Spurs and Cavaliers Clippers. Detroit Tigers signed Framber Valdez, 3 years, $115 million. And apparently, Lonzo Ball is going to become a free agent after being traded to Utah, which is very, very interesting. I don't know why. I guess they were having Utah take the hit. They paid them in draft picks. Interesting. Penn State and hockey prospect as Chicago runs off the field. Gavin McKenna, charged with first-degree felony aggravated assault and other counts, according to the Pennsylvania Magistrate District Court documents. Native of Canada charged by State College Police Department, State College, the city that Penn State is in. Alleged incidents happened January 31st after McKenna had a goal and 2 assists in a Michigan State overtime loss, 5-4. Very interesting. 2-0 on June. Single in the third and was thrown out on the base paths. He fouls that one for the first strike. Ball in the 7th inning. And Chicago 4 and Seattle 1. And Singleton was stranded at third in the 5th. Where the hell did June go? And he comes back now, left-handed batter. Jared's still out there in better pitch shape than Aura. Here's a 2-1. Down the plate for strike 2. So count is even now at 2-2. And here comes the pitch. Ball outside, and the count is full. Not many full counts in this game. Makes sense. Well, here's the 3-2 now. Payoff pitch. Come on, Jared. Here it comes. Walked. Check swing. And I honestly thought he went around. The leadoff walk for June. First walk of the day issued by Chicago, and here's Bvllinger now. So, June at first base. Here's the first pitch to Bvllinger. That is grounded to third, to short. Not in time. Fielder's choice, third to short. First to short, apologies. Well, up steps Velunaris, and he's had an opener today. So no hits yet, and a runner on first. Walk over raced by fielder's choice. That one hits the zone. 0-1. Velunaris grounded, popped to first, line to left, and struck out swinging. 1-1, balls high. He's just oscillating between good days and bad days as of recent, but usually very consistent hitter. Lifetime average around the 350 mark, I believe. Well, here's the 1-1. Inside for ball 2. On deck is Echo, and he's 3 for 3 today, all 3 singles. Jared taking his time, thinking of what to throw. 2-1 is about to come. And here it is. That is golfed out by Velunaris and line to short. 0 for 4 today. Perhaps we'll have one more chance to come up. But here's Echo. He's really been contact hitting. 3 clean singles. Come on, Echo. So 2 out and 1 on. Ball in the 7th inning and down by 3. Ball inside. Bvllinger at first base after fielder's choice. Bvllinger on the day is 2 for 4. Echo looking to be 4 for 4. Ball outside. They're pitching him carefully. On deck is Alexorius. Grounded to double plays last time up. 1 for 3. And the whole full squad has scored the only Seattle run thus far. Well, here's a 2-0. Swung on a miss. Strike 1. Two and 2. So 2's down the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 1 on. Ball in the 7th. Chicago 4, Seattle 1. Swung on and missed for strike 3. So there goes the perfect day for Echo. And there goes the 7th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left in the inning. And up to the top of the 8th we go. And here's La. La 0 for 2 today. Came on in the 3rd inning as a defensive replacement for Kenny. And Echo will take the hill. So, where's Aura? Aura's at 3rd now. One and 0 on La. So that ends the day for Aura, as I said. In line for the loss, 7 innings, 13 hits, 5-7. That is fouled first base side. 8, 10, 13. Yes. 4 runs, all earned. Struck out 2. Walked 3, all intentional. And as count is now 1 and 2, gave up 3 home runs. All the runs coming courtesy of a home run. On deck is Jared, and orbital season to follow. Will definitely be intentionally walked. Well, here's the 1-2 from Echo. Left-hander delivers. Ball outside. Started down the heart of the plate and curled to the outside. Hit up the middle, right to the second baseman. So up steps Jared, 1 for 4 today. Single in the 2nd, popped to pitcher last time up in the 6th, grounded to first in the 4th, and line to center in the 1st. So here's the pitch. Fouled to the third base side. 0-1 the count. And that is down the heart of the plate, but not a good swing. Velunaris makes the catch for the second out. Up steps Orbital now, and watch the walk. Here it comes. Take the bat out of his hands and put it in Kerr's. 0 for 1 today. Flew to right field in the 6th, pinch hitting for Joshua. So here we are now. 1-0 the count, ball inside. Here's the 1-0. Outside. Ball 2. So here's a 2-0. Strike 1. And the back pick not in time. Is hit out in the air, right center field. That is off the wall, and a bat flip on a double. Orbital is heading home, and throw will be in time to hold him. So second and third, Kerr's with a booming double. Beautiful bat flip. Perhaps nothing will happen of it. We'll wait and see. Knock on wood, it doesn't. So Ninja steps up. He's 3 for 4 today. Started out striking out looking, but has 3 singles since. 1-0, ball outside. On deck is Devi. 0 for 1 lone at bat in the 6th. Here's the 1-0 from the left-hander. And that ball is inside, ball 2. Due up in the bottom of the 8th for the Sonics. Alex Sorius, full squad, Gabriel plays. Here's the pitch from Echo. It's ball 3, and they're pitching him carefully. At second base, it's Kerr's. At third base, Orbital season. 3-0 is on its way. Walked him. Not even close. Up steps Devi. And interesting. So I guess he didn't touch first, so it didn't count. A high, ball 1. Good eye. On deck, Angel Martinez. 3 for 4 today with a home run. 2 singles. Here's the 1-0. Southpaw yields. Ground ball, weak 1. Gabriel plays. Will take it himself. Bases stranded, loaded. Here in the top of the 8th. No runs. On 1 hit. No errors, and 3 left. So, on the 8th we go. Chicago still leading 4-1 here. As I said, Alex Sorius, full squad, Gabriel played. 6 outs left for the Sonics, and 3 runs to get. Jared, it's looking a bit tired out there. Perhaps will yield to a reliever sometime soon. No complete game shutout in line, of course, giving up that run to full squad in the 6th. Well, either way, here's the pitch to Alex. Down the heart of the plate, hit to left field, and it will be caught. 1 down. So here's full squad, 1 for 3 today. Single in the 6th and scored. Line to short in the 4th, and line to center in the 2nd. Gabriel plays on deck, 1 for 3 today. In the hole is Oro, 1 for 3 with the RBI single. Full squad hits the first pitch foul, first base side. First baseman will not get there. 1-1 the count now. Misses pitch. He wanted it. 100th pitch that was for Jared. Here comes 101. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Over the top of that one. That one nowhere near the zone. Completely mistimed, if I have to say. So the 0-2 now, coming quick. Ball inside. Try to get him to chase with the change in speed and the change in velocity. Or I should say change in tempo and change in velocity. Well, either way, 1 and 2. Hit out to left field, right to the left fielder. Hit it well, but hit it on a deadline. Up steps Gabriel Plays. And they're clamoring around the mound now. Perhaps they want to take him out, but to no avail. So Gabriel Plays 1 for 3 today. Singled in the 6th, was stranded at second base. Line to center twice. Or perhaps one of those is the third, I'm not too sure. Can't read my own handwriting sometimes. Either way, here's the first pitch. It's hit weakly past the pitcher's mound. To the shorts, the third baseman has it. Gabriel Plays is out. So 3 more outs left for the Breeze to get. And they have the top of the 9th first. 1, 2, 3 went the Sonics in that inning. And Jared is looking on a complete game. Well, Angel Martinez, Andrew Zippo, and Drum. 6, 7, 8. So up steps Angel Martinez. Heiko finishing this game in relief. Top of the 9th inning. Chicago 4, Seattle 1. A lot of hits, but not much since that first inning. 3 home runs. 0-1 the count. Angel flew to right last time up. 2 singles before that, and a home run in the first. 1-1 the count. Home run came with 2 outs, mind you. As did the 2-run home run by Devi. Yama the Yag, who left the game early. Was replaced in the 6th inning. So it could have been 1-1 if they got out of it with 2 outs. That is hit. Base hit to left field. Long single for Angel Martinez. 4 for 5 on the day. So Zippo 0 for 3 today. Grounded a double play in the 3rd. Struck out swing in the 5th. And popped to second in the 7th last time up. So 1 on and nobody out here. Down in the center of the plate. Strike 1. See if any final scores have come across my wire. No, sir. Nothing yet. 1-1 the score. 1-1 the count. Apologies. Six more games to go, by the way. Here's the 1-1. Grounded to shortstop. Short to second. On to first. 6-4-3 double play. Up steps Drum now. Drum is 1 for 4 today. Single in the 5th. Line center last time up. On deck is La. 0 for 2 with a double play. Here's the 0-1. That is hit. And that will fall on a 1-hopper to second. Throw is over and is in time. Well, here we go. This is it, folks. Aura, Puerto Rican, and June. 8-9-1. Bottom of the 9th inning, and Orbital coming in for the save. You see his record. He's been pitching brilliantly despite the ERA. 7-1. Well, that ends the day for Jared. In 8 innings. Gives up 11 hits for only 1 run. Struck out 3, 4, 5. Walked 1, not intentionally. Gave up no home runs. So here's Orbital. 1-0, ball inside. Orbital, RBI single, last time up in the 6th. Line to center to open the 5th, and line to right to open the 3rd. 1-0 now. That was on the corner, strike 1, waved at that one. Puerto Rican 0 for 2 on deck. Missing the bat of X50 and missing the bat of Doogie Pirate. Here's the 1-1. Hit in the air, up the center. Shortstop is there to make the catch. Musked by the third baseman. Never mind. Puerto Rican now. Looking to get rid of that goose egg. 2 outs to go and 3 runs to get. Seattle looking for a last gasp rally. Here's the pitch. Way out in front of that one. Strike 1. That ball nowhere close to the zone. Here's 0-1. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Another one out of the zone that he chased. On deck is June. 2 for 3 today with a walk and 2 singles. He represents the last out if Puerto Rican goes down here. And he does. Strikeout swinging. 0 for 3 on the day. And gets absolutely violated. We apologize for the extracurricular on the field. So it's the last out now. And that's your score. 3 outs, 3 runs to get with only 1 out. So 3 strikes left for the Sonics on their name. First pitch is ball. Want to know the count. Here's the 1-0. Hit out in the air. Right center field. Center fielder will get it for the final out. That's your final. Arranging catch made there in center field. Sees the breeze through. 1, 2, 3. They go in the bottom of the 9th. So Orbital with the save and Jared with the win. And Aura with the loss. So, let's start with the visiting Chicago Breeze for the line score. Jared, leadoff man, got the win on the hill, went 1 for 5 today with a single. Orbital was intentionally walked 4 times, but not before hitting a solo home run, so he went 1 for 1, runs scored, an RBI, 4 walks, and no strikeouts. Joshua T. opened the campaign, batting in the 3rd position. He was replaced after 3 at-bats, but not before going 2 for 3 with a run scored. Kurz finished the game for him and went 1 for 2. Then batting the 4th position was Ninja. Great day at the plate, 3 for 4 with no runs scored, a walk, and a strikeout. Batting in the 5th position was Yama the Yag to start it out. He went 1 for 3, but that was a big 2-run home run, so 2 RBIs, a run scored. No strikeouts, no walks. Debbie finished the game for him, batting in the 6th inning, and went 0 for 2. Then in the 6th, Angel Martinez, another good day, 4 for 5. With a solo home run, so 1 run and 1 RBI. No strikeouts, no walks. Opening the day in the 7th position was Babuero, who went 1 for 1 with a single. Andrew Zippo finished off going 0 for 4 with a strikeout. Then Drum batted in the 8th position and went 1 for 5. Before being followed in the 9th by Kenny, went 0 for 1 in the lone at-bat. Then Luck came the game in the 3rd, and first batted in the 4th, but went 0 for 3 with nothing to show for it. On the mound, Jared's final stats: 8 innings, 11 hits, 1 run scored, 5 strikeouts, 1 walk, no home runs allowed. Orbital with the save, 1 inning, no hits, no runs, 1 strikeout. So now for the Seattle bats. June in the leadoff spot. Good day at the plate. 2 for 4, walk and a strikeout. Then Bvllinger had a so-so. 2 for 4 with nothing else to mention. Velunaris, an 0 for 4 with a strikeout. Then Echo, cleanup, 3 for 4 with 1 strikeout. Then Alex Sorias, 1 for 4, with a strikeout and a double play. Full squad bat in the 6th position had the lone Seattle run, 1 for 4 with a run scored. Then Gabriel plays in the 7th, 1 for 4, nothing else to mention. And Ora had the lone RBI, also going 1 for 4 with that RBI. Then batting in the 9th position was Jerko, who was replaced after 1 at bat. He struck out. He went 0 for 1 with that strikeout. Then was Puerto Rican, who followed and went 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts. So please stand by. Oh, sorry, let's do the pitching. Ora, who took the loss, 7 innings, 13 hits, 4 runs allowed, 2 strikeouts, 3 walks, all intentional. Sorry, 4 walks, all intentional. Apologies. I missed one. Where did I miss it? Sorry. He walked 5. Who else did he walk? Ninja. Right. He walked 5 and 4 were intentional. That's my bad. 5 and 4 were intentional. Gave up 3 home runs. Echo in 2 innings gave up 2 hits, walked 2, 1 intentional. Oh, that's why. Oh, I messed this up. 1 walk there. That was intentional. That was not intentional. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong side of the board. Sorry. 2 walks in the 8th inning. 1 was intentional, 1 wasn't. And 3 intentional walks from Ora, so I misread that. That's my bad. 3 walks, all intentional for Ora. 2 walks, 1 intentional for Echo, no home runs. So that's your final score, and please stand by while we wait to see if we have an... Well, there will be no post-game interview today. Final score from Seattle: Chicago Breeze 4, Seattle Sonics 1. We thank you very much for listening, and we hope to see you again tomorrow. Sorry, Friday. Goodbye.